when either you yourself or someone you love arrives at school, their lives may be at risk.
Cultural influence, meaning visibility of violence leads to more violence. Would you feel comfortable sending your child to a school full of guns with heavy ammunition? 1 in 3 mothers fear for the safety of their children at school.
Schools are now starting to fear fire alarms, not only because of the possibility of a fire occurring, but also in part because of someone possibly pulling the fire alarm to get a large crowd together to take action in a mass school shooting.
Kids across America are in fear for their lives every day when they arrive at school. Will having guns on campus diminish that fear?
Since the year 1970, about 1,300 school shootings incidents have taken place. In the year 2018 alone, 82 shootings have been recorded, making this a year with the highest number of victims killed.
I want to start off by saying that it's hilarious to me that the only solution to school shootings is by adding another gun to the situation.
With this knowledge of gun control already being an issue, what do people think the best solution is? Providing the teachers with the same weapon that the shooters used to kill innocent people and students. Fighting fire with fire only creates a bigger fire. Storing guns in every classroom to protect students from other guns does not prevent the inevitable, but only will make the shooter be more aware of the fact that the teachers are armed. What would happen if the weapon was given to a teacher who was not in the best state of mind? What would happen if a student truly were in a place where they wanted to harm themselves or others?
There's already a lot of cases of depression and violence present in schools, and adding more guns in the situation would only heighten the violence.
What would happen if a student wanted to perform a mass school shooting but had no real idea where to get a gun? Well, now, if teachers were provided with this deadly weapon, a student would now know where to get one, and their only obstacle would be how to get their hands on it.
In the status quo, present time, the U.S. federal government has approximately $4 trillion in debt, with lack of resources for basic domestic programs for the benefit of the average citizen. For example, education and welfare. The U.S. federal government does not have the realistic ability nor the funds to purchase guns for school. Also, the training of teachers would cost a lot of money.
Around $1,000 is how much the average teacher spends on school supplies for their classrooms. How can one teacher be expected to pay for firearms, ammo, a safe to put it in, etc.?
Arming teachers is supported by some of the biggest names in politics, but is it really a good solution? For example, President Trump thinks that if teachers carry firearms, they'll be able to protect the students they love so dearly.
Riddle me this, if teachers are required to carry guns, how much time will they have to spend out of their own busy schedules to be trained enough? Teachers all around would definitely not want to spend extra of their time for no pay to go to a shooting range to properly learn how to take down an active shooter. Teachers barely want to go out of their way to coach baseball. My favorite part about all of this is how they expect kids to focus on campus while knowing their crazy teachers could have a gun on them.
What if a student catches a teacher off guard and disarms them? This may give students an easy way to get a firearm at school.
A more logical solution to this issue would be to hire trained professionals as security to protect the students. We shouldn't be putting this big of a responsibility on the teachers as if their jobs aren't stressful enough.
All these possibilities of something wrong happening raises a few questions and it creates skeptics of the whole idea. One of the most frequently asked questions is, who exactly is permitted to carry a concealed firearm on campus? Nobody really has an answer for that because it's such an illogical idea. Another question that arises frequently is, where will these firearms be stored in the classroom? Will they be on the teacher's person or locked in a safe? Both of these possibilities are very dangerous, however. There is another dangerous idea that arises within this whole debate. If a gun is locked in a safe and something does go wrong, will the teacher really be able to unlock the safe and get the firearm in time to protect their students? We need to make sure there will be proper background checks and safety training if the government decides to implement the decision of arming teachers. This leaves so much room for error and there is so much uncertainty of what may happen. After all the gun violence that has occurred this year alone, we are not willing to support the idea of arming educators across the country with firearms.
They believe that adding more guns to the picture would only make things worse. Why would we add more armed people to be around our children when who knows if they're even sane? I believe that we shouldn't give teachers guns for the safety of our children.